What's up, guys? This is Taking the Field with Stevie Mac, episode 29 now of the podcast, and this is going to be a special episode because I wasn't even planning on doing an episode today. I was going to wait till Monday to do it, but last night on opening night of the PLL Championship Series, when the PLL, and specifically Matt Gaudet, give you content with which to work, you kind of just have to go with it. So let's jump right in, and unless you were living under a rock yesterday, you know that last night in the Chrome vs. Chaos game, rookie Chrome attackman Matt Gaudet was mic'd up for his first game in the PLL last night against the Chaos, and late in the game the rookie could be heard having possibly a little too much fun chirping it up with the likes of defending goalie of the year in the PLL, Blaze Reardon. Now, for those of you who think, and there are many of you on social media over the past 15 hours or so, that think that the chirping by Gaudet is a bad look for both him, the sport of lacrosse, and the PLL more specifically, then I've got a couple things for you here. And the first is that to say that this is a lacrosse thing with the chirping is both irresponsible and lazy, and it really just feeds off the stereotype that lacrosse players are notorious kind of douchebag, frat boy, talk their talk type guys. And really, for me, it's not just the sport of lacrosse, it's all sports do it. I mean, take your pick: football, basketball, baseball, hockey, whatever it is. I mean, look at football. You think those guys are just out there on the 50-yard line warming up? Trust me, they're doing a lot more than warming up. They're out there talking their talk and getting in each other's heads and things like that. And you look at basketball, go back to the days of the Fab Five at Michigan. Those guys were notorious for chirping with players in their games, and they were the first ones to admit it on their ESPN 30 for 30 that they did. And they said that they actually did research on some of the opposing players' personal lives so they could hit them with some of their best chirps. And I mean, hell, it doesn't even go that far. I've played just about every sport under the sun that you can imagine, and I've heard several players in my life chirp me and my teammates. And it goes all the way back to things like Little League. Guys would actually chirp me when I was on the mound pitching in a freaking Little League game. And then also after the game last night, Chaos head coach Andy Towers took to Twitter to call out Gaudet and specifically call out his lack of character in that given situation. And my question is this: if Towers really has that much of an issue with Gaudet's character and the things that he said last night, why did he waste a first-round pick on him in the first place in May? I mean, I seriously doubt that Gaudet's personality completely did a 180 in the 2 weeks' time between him getting drafted by the Chaos and then subsequently being traded later on to the Chrome for that future, I believe it was, third-round pick. Plus, if Andy Towers is more concerned with the way an opposing player was chirping his team over the fact that his team blew an 8-4 lead in the second half and got outscored 9-1 in that second half, and on top of that it looked like Blaze Reardon couldn't have stopped a basketball if you shot it at him, then Towers really needs to resort his priorities here. And then lastly, let's not forget that chirping is a two-way street in sports. If you're okay with your players chirping other opponents, then you have to be okay when the opponents come back and do it to you. You can't be okay when guys like Jared Newman let rip with one of the most infamous chirps of 2019 with the "you should have slid again" thing, and then get all butthurt and call people out on Twitter when they do the exact same thing to one of your guys. It just doesn't work that way. So that's really what I wanted to focus on with this episode, because there was a lot of attention being paid to it just by people on Twitter in general and some of the players and coaches and different people coming out about it on Twitter last night. I wanted to give my thoughts on it as well, and I'd love to get your opinion on it too. If you think I'm totally wrong on this, then let me know. I'd love to talk with you guys about it and see where you guys are at with this, but that's just what I wanted to do with this. And that'll do it for episode 29. Check back in tomorrow, Monday, July 27th for episode 30, as I'll talk about some of the matchups going on day 3 of the PLL Championship Series. I'll talk to you guys later.